Hey, sis. First of all, I want to thank you so much for signing up for this free training where I'm going to be breaking down how to eat for weight loss. Now, before we even hop into this, let's just talk about who this is for. So, this is for the beautiful lady who has a significant amount of weight to lose and she wants to lose it while still eating the food she enjoys. This is for the lady who is ready to put an end to the constant yo yo and dieting cycle. This is for the lady who has spent countless hours in the gym and she realizes it's time to do something different. This is for the lady who's ready to put an end to all of the games and the gimmicks like the wraps, the detoxes, the cleanses, the teas, the pills, and everything else. And more importantly, this is for the lady who's ready to lose weight and keep it off. So, what is on the agenda today? So, the first thing that I'm going to be covering is the secret to losing weight and keeping it off. Then, I'm going to go more in depth with diets, common dieting and weight loss myths, what foods to eat for weight loss, how to eat for weight loss, my 4-step glow up formula that has helped me lose 88 pounds and keep it off, and also how to fit nutrition into your daily life by creating what I like to call your me plan. So who am I? My name is Natalie Butler, but you can just call me your Glow Up Coach. I'm the founder of Glow Up Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching. I'm a certified nutrition coach and weight loss specialist for women. I was born and raised in Chicago. Yes, sis, South Side. I am a proud Taurus, an April Taurus, if you must know. I'm the proud wife of Aaron. And you guys, Aaron and I have now been married since July of 2013. We are the proud pit bull parents of Smoke and Sky Butler. Yes, we gave our dogs our last name. I am a foodie at heart. I love to eat, okay? Look, listen to me. I did not gain weight because I hate food. No, I love food, okay? I also love traveling. And most importantly, I am a former yo-yo dieter. So what's my story? How did we get here, right? Well, back in 2007, I lost 66 pounds following an extreme low carb diet, and I was getting up every single morning to do Tae Bo. And I thought I was being healthy. I thought that I was doing everything right. Well, like most people who follow fad diets, not only did I regain the weight, but I actually gained more than I lost. So of course, my confidence was shot and it continued to drop over the course of 10 years. So during this 10-year time, I have tried just about every single thing out there, from carb blockers, metabolism boosters, detoxes, cleanses, appetite suppressants, wraps, you name it, and I've probably tried it. I've tried multiple diets, including low carb, keto, intermittent fasting, the lemonade diet. Oh my God, that was so freaking dangerous because guess what? I'm allergic to citrus. But that's how desperate I was to lose weight, where I was like, I'm gonna die to get this weight off of me. I've tried vegetarian. Oh my God, that was so horrible. Why? Because I love steak. Then I even tried juicing. And if I hated vegetarian, you know I hated juicing because you can't juice a steak, right? And I even hate to admit this, but I even flat out tried to starve myself. Like I tried to go as long as I possibly could without eating. So of course, I ended up ruining my relationship with food, my body, and even with exercise. So I was exercising every single day. I actually set a personal record where I worked out for over 415 days straight with absolutely no break. And I was still buying into that whole no pain, no gain. And I doggone near killed myself. I hurt my hip, my knee, and my ankle. But the worst part was, even though I did all of that, the scale continued to go up. So of course, I felt like the biggest failure ever. I wasn't confident and my self-esteem was at an all-time low. I even ended up ruining an all expense paid trip in Cabo because I hated the woman I saw in the mirror. So before every vacation, every holiday, every trip, what I would do is I would set a goal to lose like 30 or 40 pounds before the vacation, which was usually in like a month. And of course, I never lost it. A lot of times I actually ended up gaining more weight. So I continued to feel bad. I didn't want to be in any pictures. I didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to stay in the hotel room and pretty much isolate myself. And that's exactly how I got here today. So when I was in Cabo, right, I was sitting up in the hotel room at about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I hate myself. But at this point, I'm actually crying while I'm on vacation in the hotel room. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. No more games. And I had the most humbling experience ever, right? Because as women, we don't want to admit that we don't know what we're doing. And that's what I had to do, right? I realized it wasn't the fact that I could not lose weight. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was throwing tomatoes at a wall and I was hoping that something would stick. But you know what? In that hotel room, I said, enough is enough. I'm done. I am going to learn how to lose weight. And I'm proud to say that I'm now down 88 pounds. And most importantly, I'm maintaining it. So what do I do? As a nutrition and lifestyle coach, I help you with two simple things. I help you with nutrition by providing you with the tools, resources, and education. So this way you feel 100% confident that the foods you're eating supports your weight loss goals. I help you make nutrition a lifestyle. So this way you can finally hop off of the yo-yo dieting roller coaster once and for all. So using my simple 4-step glow up formula, I help you ditch the diet and lose 30 pounds or more without giving up the foods that you enjoy. So this way you can stop starting and stopping over again every single weekend or after every holiday. I'm going to help you lose weight and keep it off. And this is going to be what I've learned, you guys. The secret to losing weight and keeping it off. So the secret to losing weight and keeping it off has absolutely nothing to do with any of the fad diets out there. No, the secret to losing weight and keeping it off is about lowering your set point. So your set point is like your internal thermostat that monitors your weight. So I want you to think about this in terms of a house, right? When you set the thermostat, if the house gets too cold, the heat kicks on. If the house gets too hot, the air kicks on. Well, your body does this, right? This is why it seems like you can always fall within like a 5 to 20 pound range, even without you trying. Have you ever noticed when you're not even trying to lose weight, you somehow magically lose a couple of pounds, but then just how you magically lost the weight magically comes back on? This is your set point that's kicking in to keep you within that comfortable range, right? So this is why managing your weight doesn't seem like much of a challenge. It just happens naturally. This is why you don't wake up 30 pounds heavier overnight. So your set point is just where your body is used to operating because you've been there for a certain while. So if it gets too high, your body goes down low. If it gets too low, your body comes up high. So let's talk about why it's important for you to lower your set point. When you lose weight too fast, it's usually harder to maintain it because of two reasons. Number one, what you're doing is too restrictive in nature. And if what you're doing is too restrictive, it's going to be harder for you to keep it up. But then also because you have not lowered your set point, okay? So when you have not lowered your set point, your hunger hormone kicks into overdrive, and satiety hormone, the hormone that tells you that you're full and to stop eating, it kind of just takes a seat in the back. It's like, well, y'all got everything. I'm just going to sit here and chill. So your body is stressed out and it thinks that you're starving to death. So the result is you're going to be hungrier. You're never satisfied. You're always eating, and therefore you end up regaining the weight. That is your set point managing your weight. So you want to make sure that you actually lower your set point if you want to lose weight and keep it off. So how do we lower our set point? We're going to do this with three things. Number one, nutrition. Eating foods designed to keep us full. Number two, lifestyle. Constantly making that decision to eat foods that keep us full. And number three, we're going to do this by addressing behaviors such as emotional, boredom, stress eating that cause us to ignore our internal hunger cues. So when you focus on those three things, you're going to lose weight. And the longer you keep the weight off, the longer you will keep the weight off. Have you ever noticed somebody that lost a significant amount of weight to like 30 years ago? If you notice they've kept that weight off, right? They're probably going to continue to keep that weight off for another 30 years. So the longer you keep it off, the longer you will keep it off. Now, here's my philosophy. Whatever you do, you have to be prepared to do it for the rest of your life. The same way you lose it is usually the same way you'll maintain it. So this is what I tell my clients. Don't start something you don't want to see yourself doing for the rest of your life. So I want to help you. I want to help you rebuild your confidence so you can stop doing things that don't work. Stop giving up on your goal and stop making yourself miserable. I want to help you understand why you're doing what you're doing. You see, a lot of these diets, they teach you how to follow a plan, but they don't teach you how to live. It's like knowing how to drive a car versus knowing how to assemble a car. It's two completely different things, right? If somebody gave you a car, you can pretty much navigate through the city, right? But what if they gave you a steering wheel and a transmission? Would you be able to know how to assemble that car? Probably not, right? So I want to show you how to assemble the car so this way you can get to wherever you want to go regardless of where you are. So let's talk about how do fad diets work. Now note, if this is your lifestyle and your manner of eating for life, this does not pertain to you. So if you're like vegan or vegetarian, this does not pertain to you, right? That's not a fad diet for you. That's a lifestyle. But if you're following any of these fad diets strictly for weight loss, follow along. So here's some examples of popular fad diets that are out right now. You have keto or the ketogenic lifestyle. You have low carb, low fat, intermittent fasting. Y'all, the list goes on and on. Like literally, there's a fad diet that's introduced almost every day and people swear by them because they work. Well, the only way that fad diets work in the sense is that they are removing something from your normal diet, aka your eating pattern. So when they remove something, this is helping you to create a caloric deficit. This means that you are now consuming less calories than you currently burn. So when you consume less calories, you're in a caloric deficit, therefore you're going to be losing weight. And that's how fad diets work. However, studies have shown that at least 80% of people who follow fad diets will regain the weight. So let's talk about why don't fad diets work for the long term. Number one, they cause you to rely on willpower, which is unsustainable and unrealistic for the long term. Because just think about it. Who are you going to be with every day, all day, for the rest of your life? You're going to be with yourself. Therefore, you're always going to be fighting yourself. You guys, that wall is going to come crumbling down and it is going to crash hard, okay? Fad diets also don't work because they don't teach you how to deal with life, such as how to eat during social events and gatherings, how to eat on the go, or how to eat while you're dining out. Now, there's also been some studies that show a correlation between following fad diets and then in turn having negative relationships with food and even leading to cases of disordered eating and eating disorders. Now, something that I've noticed, right, is because the fad diet makes you take things out of your diet, you're depriving yourself. And deprivation usually ends with overeating and binging. Just think about it. The last time you cut something off cold turkey, what happened? Did you somehow find yourself losing your mind the next time you got it? Now, fad diets also don't work because they ignore the deeper issue, which is why are we overweight in the first place? Now, of course, this list goes on and on and on, but I'm going to talk about the top 4 reasons that I usually see. So reason number 1 is they fail to address the lack of general nutrition information and how to fuel our bodies. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a proud public system school child, okay? I grew up in public school systems, all right? So what this means is my physical ed teacher and my gym teacher, they were probably also my English teacher, okay? So they weren't teaching us how to fuel our bodies. They were just teaching us how to move our bodies. So if you grew up in a school system like I did, sis, look, don't feel bad. It's just something that was not taught in school, but that's what I'm here for. Okay. Reason number 2 is they fail to address the fact that most people resort to food to cope with negative emotions such as stress, boredom, loneliness, fear, or some people even resort to food to deal with emotions such as happiness. They fail to address our lack of self-prioritization. So some of us are so used to putting other people's needs first that we often forget to eat, which usually ends in overeating or us making some questionable choices. And the 4th reason is they fail to address the fact that we just have not properly planned and prepared. So usually we are the afterthought in our own lives and we just don't plan on how to fuel our bodies. Now, I mentioned that fad diets usually take something out of your diet, right? Well, because they're removing food and food groups from your eating pattern, oftentimes you end up missing out on nutrients that your body needs. And now this is what I've learned. Your body isn't just going to allow you to starve it to death. It may work for a short period of time, but eventually your body will kick into overdrive and hello, welcome to the world of overeating and binging. Now, don't just listen to me. Look at how many diets you've tried and how many times you've started over. It's not your fault, sis. You are depriving yourself of something your body actually needs. So let's talk about what does your body need? Your body needs 3 macronutrients. So your body needs protein. Protein helps to fuel your energy, repair and build lean muscle, reduce your appetite and cravings, and it will also help you stay full longer. Your body needs good, healthy fats. So good, healthy fats help your body absorb important vitamins such as vitamin A, D, E, and K. And fat will also help you feel full as well. And your body also needs carbohydrates. So carbs are your body's main source of energy. They help provide fuel for your brain, kidneys, central nervous system, and your heart muscles. Some carbs help improve digestion and even help keep you full. So yes, sis, we do need carbs. So if that's true, let's debunk some common dieting and weight loss myths. Food doesn't automatically turn into fat. It does not matter what time of the day you eat it. So yes, you can eat it before 8 a.m. You can eat it after 7:01 p.m., okay? Carbs do not make you fat. Eating fat does not make you fat. Snacking can actually be a good thing. Detoxes and teas do not work for weight loss. Now, I know you're like, wait a minute, somebody over here is just telling me this flat tummy tea is going to be the answer to my press. I hate to break it to you, sis, but guess what? That is nothing more than a laxative, okay? It's going to clean out your colon. But if you look, right, your body fat is not stored in your colon. It's usually stored around your arms, your hips, your butt, right? So it's not going to be stored in your colon. Therefore, it's just a laxative. You're not actually losing weight. The next myth. You don't have to follow the plan that someone else is doing. You don't need to cut anything off cold turkey. And you also don't have to starve yourself or have these little skimpy plates that don't satisfy you. So let's just address the elephant in the room. Why do most of us gain weight? Now, of course, this is assuming that you do not have any medical or hormonal issues and that you're not currently taking any medication that would cause you to gain weight. So most of us gain weight because we are consuming too many calories for our daily energy needs. So calories are a measurement of energy. Your body needs energy to do everything. Have you ever been so sick? You're like, oh my God, I can't get out the bed. I don't have enough energy. Your body needs energy to do everything, including breathe. But I want you to think about this like you're going to a restaurant. If they give you too much food, you usually take it home and you store it for later. Well, if you consume too many calories, your body does the same thing. It stores that excess energy, aka those calories, as fat to be used later. So what this means is it doesn't matter how many carbs you eat. Doesn't matter how much meat you eat. It doesn't matter when you're eating. If you're consuming more calories than it is required for your daily energy needs, your body will then store it as fat. So how do we eat for weight loss? We are going to be keeping things simple, sis. We're not going to have a bunch of complicated rules like don't eat by this time. No. There's not going to be a certain time. There's not going to be a bunch of extra rules. We're going to be doing two simple things. Number one, we're going to be eating when we're hungry. And number two, we're going to stop when we're full. Let me repeat this. Yes, we're going to eat when hungry and we're going to stop when full. So we did this as babies even before we could speak, right? So if you remember as a child, if you have a baby, how does the baby signal that they're hungry? They cry. And that's because they're listening to their internal cues that says, I need nourishment, feed me now. But as we have gotten older, external factors cause us to ignore our own internal cues, such as parents forcing us to finish the plate, thinking about the kids starving in a foreign country, the fact that you can't go outside and play until your plate is empty, or sometimes we ignore our own internal cues because we're distracted. We're distracted by what we're doing, what we're thinking, or how we're feeling. So it takes your body about 20 minutes to send the signal to your brain that you're full. So what I want you to do is I want you to eat slower so this way you allow your body and brain time to communicate. While eating, we're going to eliminate distractions such as the TV, telephone, social media, or anything that takes your attention off being present in the moment. Okay, so when you eliminate the distractions, it's going to allow you to pick up on the signal that you're full. And this will help you lose weight alone. Because remember what I said, your set point naturally regulates your weight. It tells you you're hungry. It tells you you're full. But a lot of times we are manually bypassing that set point and we're overeating. So when we tap back into our own internal cues, this is going to allow our body to say, she's had enough, stop. Now, if you're wondering what to eat for weight loss, don't worry, your girl got you, okay? So earlier I mentioned diets only work in the sense that they have you enter a caloric deficit. You can create a caloric deficit by making the primary focus to consume more nutrient-dense foods, such as lean protein, like fish, chicken, beef, pork, or tofu for my vegetarian friends. Fruits like strawberries, pineapples, watermelon, kiwi. Vegetables like collard greens, spinach, kale, broccoli. Beans and legumes like black beans, kidney beans, lentils. Non-fat or low-fat dairy like milk, cheese, yogurt. Healthy fats like avocado, chia seeds, nuts. Whole grains like oats, quinoa, popcorn. Because these foods are packed with nutrients, they will help you stay full longer, causing you to naturally consume less calories. Therefore, you enter a caloric deficit. And remember what I said, when you're in a caloric deficit, you're going to be losing weight. And because these foods will help you stay full longer, you're not going to require as much food, so you're going to be lowering your set point. So here's the good news for you. There's no such thing as good food or bad food. Some foods were meant to nourish your spirit. Some foods were meant to nourish your body. For weight loss and weight management, you need both. What's the point of losing weight to be miserable? And how long do you think you're going to continue to make yourself miserable? Eventually, willpower fades. There's still room for those forbidden foods, aka those spirit foods, like those cookies, cakes, and pies. So this is what I've learned. It's not the food that causes us to gain weight. It's usually the amount we're consuming and why we're consuming them. So in my program, 6 Weeks to Glow, I show you how to eat those foods without shame and without guilt. Now, don't worry, towards the end of this presentation, I will go more in depth with it. But right now, I have an action step for you. I gotta go. But I want to ask you, which one do you prefer? Someone taking money out of your pocket or someone putting money in your pocket? So instead of looking at what you can take out of your diet, start looking at what nutrient-dense foods you can add to your diet. And this is something that you can continue to do for the rest of your life. And remember, when you continue to do it, you're going to be lowering your set point. And when you lower your set point, it's going to be easier for you to manage that lower weight. So we always want to focus on what we can continue to do. So I am a firm believer that for weight loss, right, we want to eat more regularly, more frequently, and more nutrient-dense foods. We're not focusing on taking anything out, because when we take things out, we feel deprived. We always feel like we're missing something and we're going to be miserable. Now, applied knowledge is power. I used to think knowledge was power, but no, applied knowledge is power. Because what's the point of learning it if you're not going to do anything with it? And that is the difference between staying where you are and getting results. It's applying what you have learned. So using my 4-step glow up formula, which I'm going to introduce to you today, I'm going to show you how to implement what you have just learned. So if you look at all of these fad diets, they make you follow their plan, which oftentimes fails because it doesn't adhere to your preferences and your lifestyle. Now it's time for you to start calling the shots. A big part of this is going to be rebuilding your confidence. Instead of trying to be someone you're not and following diets that force you to give up your favorite foods, leaving you to feel frustrated and confused, we're going to rebuild your confidence so you can stop doing things that don't make sense and that are not in alignment with you. We're going to find simple ways to fit nutrition into your lifestyle, so this way you can enjoy what you're doing. And if you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to be more consistent. And remember, when you're consistent is when you get the results. So here are my 4 steps that helps me rebuild my confidence and implement this information to create a healthier lifestyle so I can stop watching the scale creep up. So the 4 steps stands for CAPE. Yes, just like Batman has a cape, sis, we are about to put a cape on and we are going to save the day. So the C in CAPE stands for confidence, learning how to fuel your body and trust that you are making the best decisions for you. That is why I covered the nutrient-dense foods. The A stands for awareness, paying attention to your body, environment, situations, and obstacles so you know what's going on with you. The P stands for preparation, creating an action plan to help you eat more frequently and regularly, even with your busy schedule. And the E stands for execution, or as I like to say, the fun part, eat. Yes, it says we're going to be eating. We're eating more regularly, more frequently, and more nutrient dense foods. So this way we lose the weight and keep it off. So now that you have learned about nutrition, the key is to apply what you've learned. So I like to do this by creating your me plan. Your me plan is just simply your plan. It's the plan you create for yourself without any crazy restrictions and without you having to transform into a completely new person. So our action step was to seek to add more nutrient dense foods into your daily life. So I want you to look at your schedule. What events you have coming up? What meetings do you have coming up? What errands? What is your lifestyle like, right? And then plan your meals in between what you have going on. So this is why I covered the A, awareness, and the P, preparation, right? So this way you can become aware of it, prepare yourself for it, and of course, guess what? Eat. So an example of this, right? If you know you have a 2-hour meeting at 10 o'clock, plan your meal at about like 9:30. So this way you don't end up ravenous and eating everything in sight after you get out of the meeting. Yes, sis, it is this freaking simple. I told you we were going to be keeping things simple, right? So you're planning for everything else. Now it's time for you to plan to take care of yourself. So I know you're like, wait a minute, what? That's it? That's all? Yes, sis, it's that freaking simple. And so I know you're thinking like, well, does this actually work? So this is exactly what my girl Kelly had to say, right? So when Kelly came to me, she came to me because she had weight loss surgery a few years back. And with weight loss surgery, she lost 40 pounds. But the surgeons told her, if you do not focus on creating a healthier lifestyle, you are going to regain the weight. She told me that went in one ear and out the other. So unfortunately, she gained the weight back. Now, when she came to me, she was following a low carb diet. She actually had a fear of carbs. So I told her, I said, no. We're going to be incorporating more carbs because remember what I said, carbs are your body's preferred source of energy. And she was like, what? I don't know if I could do that. Like, I don't know. I said, wait, we're going to do this. Let me show you how to do this, sis. Now, before we got started, she was like, okay, so what else do I need? And then she turned around and asked me about an appetite suppressant. I said, look, sis, the foods that you're going to be eating are going to suppress your appetite. You do not need anything else. And she was still skeptical because like me, she had been in the dieting industry for a while. So she like, you telling me I don't need nothing else? I'm like, sis, you do not need anything else. So she logged in to track her progress and she uploaded this journal entry for me to see, and I wanted to share it with you. She said, I woke up feeling great. My face looks smaller, my midsection is going in, my wedding ring is going on easier, and I feel more energetic. I have decided to take it one day at a time and not weigh myself. It's working. I'm doing it. So we checked back in with Callie, and Callie had lost 20 pounds. But get this, she lost it without weight loss surgery, she lost it without appetite suppressants, and she lost it without giving up carbs. Or let's see what my girl Aries had to say. So Aries said, after being stuck between 235 and 225, I am 208. Almost on my way out, and I couldn't be more proud of me. It's been a struggle the past few years, and things are finally looking up. Thank you for all your tips because they most definitely helped me get to this point. Yes, after being stuck for years, she has lost over 20 pounds, y'all. Or my girl Whitney. Now, Whitney is a busy realtor, right? Now, y'all know realtors, they practically live out of their cars. But this is what she had to say. Since I've been in this group, my weight is on a steady decline. You really helped me look at food differently. 20 pounds down, and I still eat chips and candy, just not like how I used to, and not too often. Or my girl Keisha. So Keisha said, I've lost 8 pounds since eating some cookies every day, LOL. It works for me, LOL. Thank you for all you do and encouragement. Then she came back to check in. She said, this is working for me. I eat what I want, give it to God, eat small portions, exercise, a lot of water, and few cookies too. Slowly steady down to 15 pounds, eating cookies every evening. Yes, sis, we're still going to be eating the foods that we enjoy. You do not need to be miserable in order to lose weight. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to glow up with confidence? Are you ready to stop asking someone else what they're eating? Are you ready to say bye-bye to being miserable while trying to lose weight? Are you ready to stop guessing and throwing tomatoes at the wall, hoping that one of them will stick? Are you ready to level up your nutrition game and feel 100% confident with every decision you make, regardless of what situation you're put in? Are you ready to go to the next family event or gathering and feel absolutely amazing in that little black dress? If you've answered yes, I want to invite you to hop on a call and apply to work with me. Now, during this call, I'm going to help you see any type of blind spots that you may be missing and if it makes sense for us to work together. Because if it makes sense for us to work together, what we're going to be doing is we're going to help you create your meal plan for success. We're going to help you become a pro at picking the best foods for your body and your weight loss goals. We're going to help you understand proper portion sizes to help aid your weight loss goals. We're going to help you master the art of dining out so you don't feel like you have to cook every single meal at home. We're going to help you enjoy the world traveling and experiencing new cultures without regretting it. We're going to help you feel 100% at ease during social events and gatherings. So this way you can enjoy yourself at the party instead of sitting in the cold corner eating cold celery sticks knowing doggone well you don't like cold celery sticks. And we're going to help you learn how to eat your favorite foods while losing weight. So this is for you. If you have 30 plus pounds to lose and you realize your biggest struggle is nutrition and fitting simple nutrition into your lifestyle. This is for you if you realize that you could go farther and faster if you had support. This is for you if you want to lose weight without giving up your favorite foods. And this is for you if you are ready and willing to invest in your health and your happiness now. So if that is you, I want you to click on the button on this page and begin the application process. So this way we can hop on a call to discuss working together. Now, this is what I want you to know. This is not a pick my brain session. This is not a free coaching call. And it also will not be a high pressure sales call where I'm just trying to convince you on working with me. No, the point of this call is to help you see any blind spots that you have and to figure out if it actually makes sense for us to work together. If it does, we will discuss moving forward so this way we can help you reach your weight loss goals. But if it's not a good fit, I will let you know. And not everyone will actually receive a link to hop on the call. This is only for those who I feel I could better help and those who are ready and willing to invest in their health and their happiness now. So this call is going to be reserved for ladies who are ready to jump off the yo-yo dieting roller coaster once and for all, and they're ready to lose weight without giving up their favorite foods. So if that is you, make sure that you click on the button and you submit your application. And if it makes sense for us to hop on a call, you will receive a follow-up email with an invitation to hop on our calendar so we can speak, and I will see you on the inside.